A village boy saved a girl from quicksand. She didn't tell him she was the billionaire. Have you ever wondered how a single act of kindness, something so small, so instinctive, can change the destiny of two people forever? This is the story of a poor village boy who risked his life to save a stranger sinking into quicksand, never knowing that the girl he saved was not just any ordinary girl, but a billionaire whose life would forever be tied to his. The village boy in a quiet, remote village surrounded by vast fields and forests lived Arjun, a 19-year-old boy. His clothes were simple, patched at the edges, his sandals worn out from long walks to the city market. His family owned a small mud house with a leaking roof, and his mother worked endlessly to keep food on the table after his father's death years ago. Despite the poverty, Arjun was known for his honesty, bravery, and his never-giving-up spirit. He often worked odd jobs carrying sacks, cutting wood, or guiding travelers through the forest to earn a few coins. But what he lacked in wealth, he made up for with courage and heart. The unexpected encounter one humid afternoon, as the monsoon clouds threatened to burst, Arjun walked through a forest shortcut to deliver vegetables to the town market. Suddenly, he heard a screamer cry for help that froze him in his tracks. "Help! Somebody, please!" Arjun rushed toward the sound and found a young woman trapped waist-deep in quicksand. Her expensive clothes were smeared with mud, her hands flailing desperately as she sank deeper. Without thinking of his own safety, Arjun grabbed a long bamboo stick, lay flat on the ground, and stretched it toward her. "Hold on tight. Don't panic," he shouted. With all his strength, he pulled her inch by inch until finally, with one last tug, she tumbled out of the death trap and collapsed on the ground, breathing heavily, tears streaming down her face. Who was she? The girl introduced herself as Maya, saying only that she had come to visit the countryside from the city. What she didn't reveal was that she was the daughter of one of the wealthiest billionaires in the nation, the heiress to a global empire. She looked at her rescuer, mud-streaked, exhausted, yet smiling. Something about his raw humanity struck her deeply. In the city, everyone treated her as a name, a brand, a title. But this boy, he had saved her life without even knowing who she was. The bond grows over the next few days. Maya stayed in the village while her driver repaired the car. Arjun, without asking anything in return, guided her around, introduced her to village children, shared food with her, and even showed her the tiny hut where he lived with his mother. Maya was astonished. How could someone with so little be so generous, so full of hope? Arjun told her, "My father always said, wealth is not in the coins you carry. It's in the courage of your heart and the kindness you share." Those words stayed with her. The secret revealed one evening. When Maya had to finally leave, her luxury car arrived at the village. The villagers gasped when they saw the convoy of black cars and guards. Arjun looked confused. Maya stepped out, her eyes filled with emotion. She finally confessed, "Arjun, I didn't tell you the truth. I'm not just Maya. I'm Maya Sikanaya, daughter of Rajiv Sagania." Arjun's eyes widened. Everyone knew the name, the billionaire whose face often appeared on the news. "But why didn't you tell me?" he asked quietly. She looked at him with tears. "Because for the first time in my life, I wanted someone to see me as a person, not as a name. And you did. You risked your life for me without expecting anything." The challenge when Maya tried to offer him money shook his head. "I don't need your wealth. Just promise me one thing. Never forget that your life was saved not by riches, but by faith and courage." Maya nodded, but deep in her heart, she knew she couldn't just walk away from him. The transformation. Months later, Maya returned, not as a billionaire flaunting her power, but as a humble friend. She sponsored a school in Arjun's village, built wells for clean water, and created jobs for the youth because of the boy who had shown her the true meaning of humanity. Arjun himself, with Maya's support, pursued his dream of studying and later became a teacher, inspiring countless children with his story of courage. Ending message. Years later, standing in front of a class, Arjun often repeated his father's words. "True wealth is not measured in gold or money. It is measured in the lives we touch, the courage we show, and the kindness we leave behind." And Maya, the billionaire girl who once sank in quicksand, carried his lesson into her empire, leading, not with power, but with compassion. Strong message for viewers. One act of kindness can bridge worlds apart, the poor and the rich, the weak and the powerful. Never underestimate the value of a selfless heart, because sometimes the greatest wealth lies in the courage to do what's right.